Well, this video is pretty random, definitely. I'm still learning this whole video editing thing and getting things organized, and I have a tendency now to lose some of the videos that I thought I had, and then I just publish videos and just, later find a video that I'm like, that was supposed to go with that other one. So there's some random stuff here from me finishing, from our trip to Dollywood. I have the full, not the full, most of the train ride with steam locomotive on Cinderella. Got some clips of me finishing up the power panel when we were out to the antique place where I picked up the bell. I talk a little bit about getting that, and I don't know, just some other random videos that as I was going through my folders, I'm like, this should have gone there. Well, I'll just release a whole bunch of random lost videos. Yeah, that's it. And then we get to see some of nature and some other things. But all in all, and I haul some concrete, broken concrete off to the dump. And I get my first Florida dump experience. A little different than California. Anyway, hopefully it's somewhat entertaining and you get an idea what it's like out here in Florida. I missed that.
Yeah, it was Sony coffee.
Yeah, that's real coal. And it's real ash and cinder from Cinderella. Guess that answers the question of does he have an auger? It is not auger fed.
Yeah. It is. I mean, most coal is hand fed. It's just the super fancy ones are
So you can see in the background here a little bit of Christmas decorations. I guess Dolly's getting ready to film her Christmas Mountain Magic Christmas. Try and say that 3 times fast. So she was around recently. She was here today to announce the new roller coaster. That's going to be kind of fun. I guess the longest roller coaster they've got here. Something about searching for a bear, big bear. But anyway, we're going to go ride Cinderella here.
Listen to the engine as it goes up the mountain. And imagine you're back at 1851 behind Tennessee's first steam engine, the Tennessean. Think back then, I think back then, I think back then, I think back then, I know like that, I know like that, I know like that. What did you say, Casey? You sure about that? Folks, I can't believe it now. We may see it, but they said they just spotted a black bear. Okay, it's up here around this corner on the left-hand side. A black bear around the corner on the left-hand side, folks. Please remain seated. Get your cameras out just in case. What do you say? Folks, never mind. He ran back in the woods. Never mind. Never mind. Up here on the right-hand side is Wildwood Grove, where all the festivities will be tonight, weather permitting. 8:45 to 9:30, a dance and sing party. 9:40 to fireworks after that. Up here in Wildwood Grove on the right side, weather permitting. Up here on the right-hand side is Wilderness Pass. We'll talk a little bit more about Wilderness Pass on the way back down. Now, on behalf of my fellow conductor up there on car 3, her name is Michelle. My name's Russ back here on car 7. We appreciate you guys riding with us this evening here on the Dollywood Express. Now, let me ask you guys a question. Did you guys have fun here on the Dollywood Express?
Yes. All right, yeah, well, forgot I had finished up and I didn't record, but I got this all finished. There's a little door under here. Pop that open, reveals the outlet. I think I'm gonna have to figure out an easy way to orient that cable, but that's my next part, is test that. Maybe when I get bored, I'll drag the generator over here and run a backfeed test, see how it goes. But I am warm, but we're now prepared for hurricane season. The one drag and drawback I had this morning that I'm like, uh-oh, we're out without power. The well runs on electricity, so all I have is what's in the pressure tank, so I might get a couple flushes. Certainly wouldn't be able to take a shower. Absolutely not a Connor shower. But yeah, so that should all be good. Got a couple of the little tasks to do today. I got the hydraulic fittings for the Kubota, so I may do that. Well, I guess that answers that question. The fawns are still nursing mom, so that's kind of cool. I'm out here mowing and they just kind of jumped through there, and the baby stopped right about there and said, "Mom, we're thirsty." And so there you go. Anyway, so much nature happening. I mean, this is probably 100 feet from where I'm sitting. It's funny because they don't seem like they're bugged as much by machinery driving by, but if I was to get off the mower now and walk towards them, they would be off and bolting. But pretty cool. We have such a blessing here with just all the nature that goes on. Karen loves it. I'm sure she's be frustrated that she didn't get to see the babies nursing, just kind of gallivanting around. But oh well. So it seems our dear friend are here to hang out. See if I can zoom in. Mom is just hanging out, or is that Dad? I can't tell. That might be Dad. So Dad's there. Baby is right there. At least one of them. I don't see Mom or the other. Sorry. Let me tell you, this interface is kind of funky with a touchscreen, because my zoomer is a scroller thingy now, and as I get close to the edge with my thumb, it like scrolls for me. Yeah, there's Mom or Dad. So cool. Well, so far, based on what's coming off of the roof there versus what's overflowing over here, I would say we've got a win where we're much better controlling the water off of this patio. I think the main problem with that roof is there's no fall. In other words, from where it meets the house to out where the rain gutter isn't a big enough fall. But oh well. Good rain. California needs this stuff for sure. But we got it. Let's see, what did I get done today? Ended up almost missing a breakfast. Actually, I missed the breakfast. I was there for dessert down in Yacht and Beach Club. So I had to rush over there this morning. I'm like, oops, that was this morning, wasn't it? But with my managers, he was out here visiting from California. So that was a bit awkward, but I ran around, got some things done here at home so far. Let's see, this pile of dirt right here, if you remember, that's where that big oak tree was. and that's about where the shed's going to go. And I'm like, that's not going to compact too well. And I really hate to lose all of that good, nutritious sawdust. So I put it up here on the compost pile. So I kind of topped that off. Let's see, what else did we do? Oh, I had that hole from that other stump that I dug out the other day, which is, yeah, right about there. So that got filled in with a scoop or so of dirt. And I'm kind of missing Connor now. He's off to college, so he's got that going. So I have this, the rest of this wood pile to move. It's got to get moved from here over to this other stack location, because that's about where the shop's going to go. Oh, and I forgot. This spot here I kind of leveled off a little bit more. I think I put another scoop in that. That's where that big pine was that I chopped, well, pushed over, and then cut the tree into 12-foot sections. So in preparation for this shop, of course I got to move all this firewood. There's a set of pines right here. Those all have to get pushed over, kind of like I did the other one. I don't know about this oak that the current wood is leaning up against. It's, I think, outside of the boundary of the new shop, but it might lean into it, and it might be so close that I'm like, I should probably just get rid of it. I might be able to just trim it back, we'll see. But bug the people in engineering to get my final drawing so I can get the permit going, so I can order concrete. So once the concrete's done, I can then order the building. So I'm about 10 weeks at least out. And welcome to Florida. My phone's telling me it's running hot. So that's about all the further I get. It is in the 90s, high 90s today. So, but yeah, got to get work done. And I'm getting used to it. It's really not that bad. Especially here right now, it's shady. So I'm going to get this stuff moved. And yeah, good times. I was out working in the yard. And this part here was actually wrapped up around here. And I thought, oh shoot, I've torn the boot that goes all the way between here, and this is the remnant that's left. Well, it turns out when I looked at the other side, this is actually supposed to go here to hold this in place. And then I have a cover on a drive shaft that looks like the bolt fell off of. So at almost 200 hours, I've got little bits of things here and there that I need to start paying attention to and looking at and checking over. But man, some of these tolerances are really tight, like between that knuckle and that bit. Really, really close. But anyway, so I can't hold the camera and do this at the same time, but I'm going to try and work this back around there. I pulled it off of here. That took me a little bit, but let me get it set back on there and see if I can get this kink out of it and get it set up on there good. That looks a little bit better. This is more in line. I may tweak it a little bit more, and then it should sit on there nice and good again. Alright, now we got that pretty much set right back where it needed to be in the seal. And I guess there's nothing that protects that shaft. Looks funky that way, but okay. Let me go around and show you the drive shaft. So that's where that's supposed to sit. I noticed it was a little askew when it was like that, so I've been rubbing on that with the case, but I guess there's a screw that goes in here that holds that, so I'm gonna have to figure out what that is, so that as we drive around we're protecting that. I don't know if that was from me goofing things, probably. Maybe you got twisted around, but anyway, that's the drive shaft. So there's a little bit more maintenance on this thing than I maybe should be paying attention to, but there we go. At 200 hours, I think it's actually doing pretty well. So we've got some clouds rolling in. I don't know if we're going to get some rain tonight. Don't know what time it is either. 6:15. So I don't know. Maybe I'll call it good for the day. I'm starting to get moist, and I've gone through a liter of water. Haven't quite sweat through the shirt yet, but I got quite a bit done. There was something else I forgot to mention. Oh, So the fire pit used to be right there. So I moved it and all of its wood over into the burn pile. And then the fire ring I put somewhere up over in this area here. So not a permanent spot, but I think that's where it's going to go while we get ready for this space. As of now, I got the tree stump and the sawdust, wood chippings from the big oak tree cleared out, and that kind of leveled. We're going to have to bring in more dirt anyway. The other pine tree where that was removed and leveled out. So I think, let me see if I can get kind of squared up here. Yeah, right about from here straight to that set of pine trees. Those are the ones that I got to remove because those are going to be where the one of the rear doors are. So those trees need to come out. A little bit of the rest of that firewood needs to come out. And eventually I got to figure out what to do. Well, using it for the tractor shed right now, but the chicken coop and chicken run, that all gets moved. And then, so the shop is going to be from there, about 10 feet away from where the well is, and that's the well. So from right about here. So it's going to be a pretty good sized space. Hopefully we'll get this thing rocking and rolling soon. Well, we had a pretty good storm yesterday. It rained, good bit of thunder, very close to the house. Keep thinking I need to get a rain gauge, but you know, this one here works pretty well. Well, maybe not. Anyway, I got some chores I'm gonna get going today. I gotta take the short walk up to the mailbox. It's only 300 feet from the house to the mailbox. Not too bad. That pile of concrete, I am gonna see what I can do about that today, I think. That'll be my morning's task. It's $25 a ton to get rid of it at the dump. The dump's only, I don't know, 15-20 minute drive away. So it's pretty close. They take broken concrete. Actually, it's the cheapest per ton is for broken concrete. So I will do that. I'll get some exercise in. One of the things, I use the tractor to load or to move a lot of that broken concrete. And I could probably use the tractor to load it into the pickup, but then I don't have a dump bed on the pickup. So I'll probably get a little bit of exercise in and swing the sledgehammer and break those pieces down a little bit so I can lift them up into the truck. And that'll make it easier to offload them at the dump too. So good times. Oh, and men's group is at 10. Then after that, I'm not sure what I'll end up doing. I know the truck needs an oil change. Maybe I'll do that. I'll have to see what weather's like. About a 58% chance of rain later today. So that kind of dictates some of what I can do. Good times. Yeah, so here's my pile. A lot of these little pieces I'll just pick up. I may get the first load filled of just little pieces. A lot of it is pretty small, but like that big chunk on top and some of these others. Got a spider web on my camera. A lot of these others I'll have to just swing at a couple times with the sledge and break those up. Get them all in the truck. I don't know. This might be, I'm guessing, 3 to 4 loads. So about $100 in waste to get that out of here. So maybe it is only about 4 tons, but we'll see. There he is. Okay. There's a pair of them. So we got a pair of woodpeckers playing peekaboo with each other, it seems. Moving up the tree. Just kind of hanging out this morning. Doing their thing. Just over into the neighbor's yard. Well, nobody lives there yet, but it's over into the lot next door. Love it out here. I was wondering after all that rain if we were going to start to have a little bit of puddling. So far in the yard, this is the only one I found, but ground's starting to get saturated. We'll see if this dries up later today. Yeah, I pointed out the fire ring got moved, so I put it here just for right now. Out just next to the trailer in the front yard. It may end up getting put a little bit farther away from me in that kind of grayish dirt spot. But if I put it there now, it would be in the way of the truck and the tractor and everything that I route through here. So just kind of sitting here for now. We had a lightning strike last night, and with all the weather, I think I'm going to go take a quick walk through the woods, see if I see anything that may have fallen over or got hit by lightning. I haven't ever seen a tree in my yard hit by lightning, so we'll go take a quick walk as long as the mosquitoes don't bug me too much. A bunch of birds playing in the woods over here. There's a cardinal, a couple others just flitting around out there. Lots of nature. A pretty good size spider web right here across the trail. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up. Not really. If I get something in the foreground, if it'll pick it up there. Yeah, you can kind of see it. Whoops. Keep it in focus. Yeah, it pretty much goes from that side to this side. Not for much longer. Another big spider web across the trail here. Pull back and you can see it's just kind of edge to edge here. We got some Mondo spiders here. Well, I made it to the dump. They told me to head to Area 5. Said it's about a mile down the road. So here at Orange County Dump, a little different than California, not too much. They have an inbound scale and an outbound scale. So I weighed 6,220 pounds on my inbound. So I'm curious how much when I go out, what I'll have. But yeah, so I guess I'm just going to drive over here. He said it's mostly yard waste, but there is a section for broken concrete. So we will unload there, take me a little while, and then I think I'll have just enough time to catch the men's meeting at 10. Wow, this is a little ways back there. And there's the power plant. Puffing off a little bit of steam. It looks like a nuclear plant to me, but I don't think it is anymore. Anyway, I wonder if they're having me dump this stuff in the old plant. Oh, there we go. Area 5, yard waste. Here we go. I think that it's by the ton here. So I'm wondering how much this truck, because the truck seems like it's handling pretty well. And I'm not really feeling like it's overly taxing on the way that, I guess I'm not supposed to go that way. Big old barricade there. Not overly taxing. I've got some suspension movement and so forth. So that's all good. Alright, I gotta start paying attention to where I'm going. It's like pretty upscale here. I mean, this whole thing is a parking lot. Seems like there's wood pallets and such. Looks like concrete's over this way. So I will go dump my junk there and call it good. But yeah, this is back in California with Simi. That was all dirt. So this is actually pretty nice. Whew. Well, it's definitely got that odor dump. So let's get this show going. I guess it's all, they kind of come through, it looks like. Scoop it up eventually, but so I got this much to unload. We'll see how long it takes me. Well, all right, there you have it. Clean bed truck bed, and just a little bit of junk I've left for the pile. So let's go see how much all this weighed. All right, well, waiting in the exit scales line. There's a few people in front of me, so we'll see what we end up weighing out at. But all in all, it's actually a pretty nice facility. The whole place seems really pretty clean. Most of it functional. You know, like we've got this old, looks like maybe the 1970s, 1980s. A little bit of weeds growing on the roof. No big deal. But yeah, I was surprised at the fact that, you know, we were dumping onto essentially a parking lot. I'm not sure how they process all this stuff, but it certainly didn't look like that's where it ended up living for the rest of its lives. I'm guessing they scoop that stuff up and sort it and break it up or something. But yeah, pretty neat setup out here. So we weighed 4860 leaving, so can't do the math exactly in my head, about 1,300 pounds, so about 3/4 of a ton roughly. Not too bad. Anyway. Well, here's another one of those nasty fire ant mounds. So I will put my magic on it. And we'll see if that takes care of it. Ooh, seeing some coming out going, lunch, yeah. All right, so 1 3/4 tons, or 1.75 tons of concrete out of this pile. I can tell I made a dent in it. You may not be able to. You can see where the longer grass was. Some of the dead grass area that was kind of extended out into that space there. But yeah, we got some of it done. I'm guessing, let's see, that's probably three more loads, and I should have that. It just it's a lot of manual labor. I'm not gonna joke. I don't know, maybe I'll do a little bit more next Saturday. I don't know that I'll have time during the week to do it unless I like loaded the truck up at lunch and then headed out at 4 o'clock to try and get there by 5. So, but I think I got a nice successful day's worth of work in. Got some exercise. Hopefully I didn't pull my back out. And I killed some fire ants. So that's always a good day. You being silly, Loki. You haven't tried to get into a box in a long time. What's up with that? Just want to be in a box? Yeah, you fit. Good night. The little tree root I popped out over here was just this little bit exposed above the ground, and it was all rotted, and I popped it out, and I found another one over here by the pile. It was kind of in the way. I'm like, let me just knock that one out real quick. This thing's like a telephone pole. It doesn't budge when I hit it with a bucket, so I think what I'm going to try and do is just clear a little bit more of that dirt around it and get the chainsaw out here, just whack it a little below the ground level and fill it back in. Okay, well, chainsaw did not work, but the reason why it looks off-center now is because I finally got it to budge. So now I can wiggle it around like a joystick. But it's kind of large. I haven't been able to quite figure out how to get it lifted out of there yet. So I may wiggle it around a little bit more and wrap a chain around it and see if I can lift it out. But that's where I'm at. So yeah, I think I need to sharpen the chain on the chainsaw. That's the problem. Well, after much cajoling and messing, I was finally able to get the backhoe with the thumb around that part of it, kind of drive forward and pull it out. But now, of course, I have the bucket on here and not the grapple, and I want to fill the hole back in with the bucket. So I'm going to try and figure out how to drag it over to there to get into the burn pile without having to switch the grapple out. It's just late. I don't feel like switching it. Yay! I got it up in there. Phew! Now to move it. Fill in that hole. Well, there you have it. After much ado, digging a big old hole, pulling a big old tree trunk that was just at ground level out of a hole, and putting all the dirt back. It took another 2 scoops to level it out. I'm getting better at making level dirt and getting less picky about having sticks and twigs in it. They eventually come to the surface like that one. But so next weekend, hopefully I'll get most of the rest of this broken concrete out. I got to pick up my tools, get my bucket, my hammer, my saw, and some other things. Call it a night. Karen is still out with Cody. They went to the Space Coast. I guess one of the Dragon capsules was coming in, and they were going to pick it up, and I think Cody wanted to see if he could see it come back in on one of the ships, so get a glimpse of an actual dragon. We've seen a couple of dragons in the ships, but they were either boilerplate or test models or something. I don't know what they were doing, but he was all excited. Oh, and there's Thor. Hey Thor, how you doing? I wasn't sure if it was going to rain today. Do you think it will, Thor? He's wandering. I don't know. He's going to go inspect my work, I guess. Maybe leave his mark. Who knows? I'm hearing a little bit of thunder. I wasn't sure if it was going to rain tonight. Odds are it will. I think it was like a 58% chance earlier when I looked. But yeah, I think that was a good day's worth of work. I took a break in between, probably during the hottest part of the day. But it was 96 degrees out today, so it was pretty warm. You just get used to it. Anyway, take care and God bless. Well, we finally made it out to Mount Dora, to the flea market out here. Huge place. This gentleman here sold me my post bell and a nice antique-y looking ice cream sign. And the bell's got a real good tone to it. We'll have to get it up onto a post and whatnot. But Karen and Cody are sitting inside here. Let me lock the truck real quick. And I'm going to go retrieve them. We're going to try and find some empanadas. Yep, I think I found out why there's water on the floor. I don't think that's supposed to be running like that. I'll have to look into this.